Hello, this is Ivan, and today is January 1st, 2023. And today's video is just going to be like this, me sitting here talking, because I want to reflect on something that I said previously a few days ago when I decided that the phrase for this year now will be consistency. So for those of you who haven't seen, I tend to choose one word, one thing that I'm going to focus on, and keep entire year focusing on that one thing. And for this year, I chose consistency. I want to stick to the thing that I'm doing no matter what. I want to find a way to keep doing what I'm doing no matter what. And today I just want to pinpoint in which things I want to be consistent in. And of course, the first thing that I'm gonna do consistently is uploading videos. Sometimes that would mean that I would just sit here and talk for a couple of minutes into the camera and upload that. And these videos will be not so good. But I want to keep consistency. My main goal here is to upload a daily video. Even if it's a talking head and not very creative, or if there is a opportunity to do something more creative, I'll definitely do something more creative. Today I don't have that opportunity, but I want to keep things consistent and I'm gonna upload the video anyway, meaning this one. The other thing that I want to do consistently is writing, and by that I mainly mean fiction writing. I want to write every day, no matter what. So even if my roof is falling off, I want to write. It used to be, the original plan used to be 500 words per day, but today I pushed myself a little bit further. So I went up to 750 words today. And I think the new rule would be to give myself a reach. So 500 is still the minimum, but if I can go more, I'll go more. And I'll stop at the point when I'm still feel comfortable. Because once you stop being comfortable, you kind of emptied your well, and you don't know if you're going to make it, if you're going to be able to sit tomorrow and do the work that matters, do the writing. And apart from writing and filming consistently, there are a few other things that I'd like to do more consistently. One of them is to keep my health in check. And something I learned from Peter Attia is that there are 4 pillars of health. And you would think that these are the four pillars that hold your health in balance, but they actually function as you have one base pillar, which is laying down, which beats the purpose of the pillar, but it's more like a foundation, and there are 3 pillars laying on top of that foundation. And the foundation of good health is definitely sleep. And unfortunately, sleep is something I just can't influence right now. I work at this job, at these odd shifts, graveyard shifts, and I talk to the management, and as it turns out, I'll be working night shifts for God knows how long. I know it sounds crazy and stuff, but if someone is watching this and thinking, man, you can change your job, It's not that easy because you just can't. I'm gonna stick to this job as long as I have to. I'm gonna save up some money, and then when the opportunity comes, I'm gonna switch it. That's for sure. But right now, I have to stick to it because it pays the rent. So sleep is out of the window. But there are 3 more pillars. One of them being physical exercise. Something I've been neglected ever since the pandemic started in 2020. I just stopped exercising back then because I was locked in this, not in this, but in the other apartment I used to live in China. I was just locked there and I couldn't exercise. But I miss it. And like two weeks ago, I went to play football. What you Americans call soccer, but I'll still keep calling it football. And I didn't feel well because I couldn't run. And it scared the shit out of me. And I started thinking about, man, I need to do something about my cardio. I don't have a bicycle. And I'm not sure if I want to buy a bicycle, but I have a pair of shoes. And I have my Achilles tendon. Quite hurtful. But I'll still want to go out and run. And that's something I'm going to do this year. I'm going to build my cardio. And to do that, you need to be consistent in running or biking or whatever cardio exercise you enjoy, maybe swimming. But for me, I think running is more convenient because I'm often on the go. And all I need to do is bring a pair of shoes and I'm ready to run. So the pillar number 3 of your health is eating. You need to be eating healthy. And by me eating healthy, there are many theories, many diets. Some people think that this diet works. Some people think that diet works. And I'm not gonna go into details what I think is the best diet in the world. But something that's definitely going to impact your health in the dietary means is I keep doing my fast, 16-8 fast, and I'll keep avoiding junk food. But at this point, I can't even say that I'll keep avoiding junk food because for the past couple of months, my intake in junk food drastically increased. Exactly 1 year ago, I would eat junk food once a week, maybe if there was an opportunity for something like that. But these days, I switched from having junk day each day after meal, like a candy bar or a piece of chocolate or something like that. I went to having junk food meal, which resulted in bloating, inflammation, overall bad health. I have trouble breathing because of all of that inflammation. My allergies came back. My skin is dry. My mood is very bad. So I think if I can improve on eating and physical exercise, it should come in place. And the 4th pillar of health is stress. That's probably the pillar that you can least influence. Something that if you do all these 3 things right, stress will come into place. But if you don't do these 3 things right, stress will be an issue. As I already said, I couldn't influence the sleep, but I'll keep influencing my eating and my physical exercise. I mean, keep means I'm going to start doing that. And I want to be consistent in running and consistent in eating a healthy diet, meaning no junk food, no candies, no pleasure food. No food only for pleasure. You can enjoy healthy food and eat as much as you want, but you shouldn't be eating junk food. You shouldn't be eating only for pleasure. Eating should be for nutrition wise. The next thing that I want to pinpoint, and something that I want to do consistently, is reading. I have my Goodreads account for a couple of years, and I started doing these challenges back in 2016, and I didn't track all the books that I read in 2016, but ever since 2017, I've been tracking the books I read, and I set like a fairly modest goal of 24 books per year, meaning 2 books per month, meaning finishing 2 books per month. And I kept hitting these scores year after year, and then I became more ambitious. Like I wanted to read a book a week, but then I would pick something huge like War and Peace, and of course you can't finish War and Peace in a week unless you spend 8 hours, 10 hours a day reading. So if I failed the yearly challenge in reading, that would be because I was picking thick books. But last year I failed the challenge because I didn't spend enough time reading. I still managed to read about 10, 11 books, which is something I'm not proud of. And most of the books I read were books that I read for pleasure, because that were books that I reread, something I knew was good, and I wanted to refresh my memory of the book. But this year I want to keep reading every day. So I deleted my social media apps from the phone, and I'll keep checking my Kindle instead of social media. I want to be a consistent reader. I set up the goal, I think, of 24 books. I'm not even sure, but whatever number of books I read at the end of the year, it doesn't matter, as long as I'm reading every day. That's what matters. Because if I can spend at least 30 minutes on Instagram every day, spending 30 minutes with a book would make a huge difference on your mind, instead of spending like 30 minutes on the Instagram. I want to come to this video in a year and to check what actually happened. Have I failed or have I not failed? Did I manage to do everything that I planned regarding these things that I just wrote down and read from there? And I'll keep track of that every year, and probably you'll see more of these in the vlogs. So if you want to stick around and check if I've failed or not, you can stick with this. If not, just who cares. But this will be my so-called video log or diary, whatever, of me doing things. And I don't expecting anything going viral. And I don't expect thousands of people watching this. This is purely for the record, and if anyone finds this useful, I'll be more than glad. Thank you. See you in the next one.